decided to enter an AI contest, but I'm letting AI decide what I create. I asked GPT to come up with ideas for 3 categories: a movie trailer, a music video, and a commercial. My challenge is to bring these ideas to life for the contest. I'll share the creative process, the tools and techniques I used, and the struggles I faced, all to show you what's possible with AI and where it still falls short. This won't be a technical tutorial, just an exploration of creative use of AI and a few surprises along the way. Let's dive in. This one is clearly a funny satirical trailer, and I like the idea a lot. I started imagining scenes like a leader giving a dramatic speech, but he is being interrupted when someone points out he's missing his pants, or a slow-motion scene where the man suit up, walking dramatically, but wearing ridiculous mismatched clothes, and maybe someone finds some canned food, but can't find an opener to open it. And suddenly, out of the darkness, a hero appears holding a chainsaw and begins cutting the can in an overly dramatic scene. I also asked GPT to expand on these ideas, and it suggested some great ones, like the leader holding a toy walkie-talkies, or a man asking Siri where his stuff is, smashing the phone when she doesn't respond, and men questioning reality like, what if we never had these things? What if the women made us think we did? With all of these ideas, I felt like I had enough to start working on the trailer. First, I used Midjourney to create storyboard shots with a consistent style. For some of the key scenes, I had to manually edit the images to make them work. To animate these storyboard visuals, I used both Runway and Kling. The soundtrack was another big focus, since the music is so important for a dramatic trailer. I used Suno to generate the music. There are also a few lines of dialogue in the trailer, so I used 11 Labs voice design to design cinematic voices. And for character lip sync, I used Runway's Act 1 feature, where I recorded myself speaking the lines and then applied that lip sync to the characters. I think the universal challenge that every AI creator faces is style or character consistency. Midjourney does have style and character consistency features, but they're not always enough. I found that the key to better results is to include detailed descriptions in every prompt. For example, for style, I added these details to the prompt: cinematic shot of scene, deserted suburbia action comedy, ultra-realistic Edgar Wright style. For character prompts, I used the CREF parameter with descriptions like, he has messy black hair and trimmed beard. I also preferred using Midjourney in old school way, in Discord. It gives me access to a face swap app, which is great for maintaining character consistency. Another challenge was getting specific compositions that I envisioned. For example, I wanted a scene where the leader was standing in his underpants, but Midjourney kept generating characters in red pants instead of boxers. I solved this by taking the image, zooming out, and finally getting the boxer shot. Then I used Midjourney Editor to change the background and add a group of men. It took a lot of time to get right though. Also, the trailer couldn't exceed 2.5 minutes by the contest rules, so I had to cut a lot of scenes to fit within the limit. Finally, generating music in Suno also took patience. You need to play a lot with prompts, but I found that adding the word catchy to the prompt made a big difference in getting better results.
Babe, where's my protein shake? Babe? Hey, babe, where are you? Gentlemen, we're facing the end of humanity. All women are gone. If we act fast, we can do it. Sir, important question. Where are your pants? I couldn't find them.
We have to suit up.
Stop fooling around. Anyone seen my keys?
I guess we're walking.
I haven't eaten in 3 hours. I couldn't find my Tupperware of leftovers in the fridge. I found beans! We've got food! Does anyone have a can opener?
I have an opener.
For this idea, I brainstormed with GPT. After some back and forth, I settled on a concept I really liked. A single snowman performing under a spotlight on a dark, empty stage. It felt like an interesting philosophical take, like a self-destruction on the way to achieving your dream. So I've developed a simple script. The snowman comes to life, dreams of performing, and makes that dream a reality. But as he performs under the stage lights, he slowly melts away. Now, it was time to make it happen. For the keyframes, I started with the real-time feature in Krea. It gave me decent results for the snowman character, but I couldn't figure out how to use it properly for the whole project. So I went back to Midjourney to create the storyboard. To animate the images, I mainly used Kling and Minimax AI. Unfortunately, Runway wasn't able to make the snowman actually sing. For writing the song, I used ChatGPT and Claude from Anthropic. I noticed that Claude handled creative tasks much better than ChatGPT in this case. For generating the music, I turned again to Suno AI. The biggest challenge that actually almost made me quit on this idea was the snowman lip sync. I couldn't find a tool that could handle it. I tried every major option, including Runway Act 1, SyncLab, Hedra, and Live Portrait. I even installed Pinocchio software to run the lip sync feature from Face Fusion app locally. But none of these tools could recognize the snowman's face. So I had to resort to manually editing the shots. I used CapCut to adjust the scenes and align the lip sync as closely as I could, frame by frame. If you know of a good solution for animated character lip sync, please let me know in the comments. Another challenge was generating a song that I actually liked. I went through literally 500 different songs, tweaking prompts and lyrics. What helped was using Claude to fix the lyrics and make them fit a proper blues rhythm. I narrowed it down to 7 songs that I liked, and my friend who's a singer helped me pick the best one.
The clock ain't broken, just ain't treating me kind. Yeah, the clock ain't broken, just ain't treating me kind. Every single tick leaves another crack for me to find. Storms are coming in the shape of burning light. Storms are coming in the shape of burning light. Every corner that I folded, gonna come undone tonight. Sweet destruction, baby. What a disaster. Break me down, Lord, break me faster. Sweet destruction, baby. What a disaster. Watch me turn this pain to laughter. Played my lonely song in an empty room. Played my lonely song. Break me down, Lord, break me faster. Each and every note carved the shape of my tomb. tight, now let it go. Gotta let it go. Everything you lose gonna help you grow. Now hold on tight, now let it show. Gotta let it show. Price of flight's the only thing you need to know. Found obstruction, baby. What disaster? Break me down, Lord, break me fast. Sweet destruction, baby. What disaster? Watch me turn this pain to laughter.
This concept was pretty much ready to go from the start and didn't need much additional ideation. The idea was to show an office worker caught in the rain and deciding to face the storm like a warrior. I thought it would be fun to make the umbrella feel like a battle shield. Even though the concept was solid, I brainstormed with GPT for some extra details and clever taglines. For image generation, I use Midjourney. It's still my favorite tool. But for this ad, I also worked with Krea because it has a more advanced editor. For example, it let me add a group of people to a scene, something Midjourney struggles with. Plus, Krea is excellent at creating upscaled images and videos, which helped a lot. To animate the shots, I used Kling and Runway. For the soundtrack, I reused music I had already generated in Suno for the trailer. That saved me a lot of time. On this channel, I share my AI experiments, creative challenges, and tips for using AI tools. If that sounds interesting, make sure to subscribe. I also have a second channel where I post all of my AI work, films, ads, music videos, and more. You'll find the link in the description. See you in the next video.